concepts that are going to take us through the rest of the semester. So today we're going to be talking about the marketing mix, what it is, and how companies use it. But before we can really understand the marketing mix, we need to understand the production focus marketing, which was done before. It's kind of the old school way of doing it. The idea with production focus is you create a product and the customer comes. This is how the Ford Corporation was started. Henry Ford is famous for saying any customer can have a car painted any color he wants, as long as it's black. He produced one style of car in one color. If you wanted a car, that was what you got. We all know that today Fords come in many different styles and many different colors. That's because today people use the marketing mix, which is a mix of product, price, place, promotion. I'll get there in a minute. The way that the marketing mix works is you start by identifying segments of the market, and then you create a product to meet that need. So market segmentation, you can segment by geographics, who lives in what country, in what city, what density, are they rural, are they city, what language do they speak, what's the climate, demographics, age, gender, education level, all that kind of stuff goes into the demographics of something. Psychographics, this is the psychological mindset of somebody. So what is their activity level? What do they value? What are their concerns? What are their values? Value marketing is huge. What is their attitude about certain things? And behavioral. So what benefits are they seeking? What do they want to purchase? How are they going to use it? What is the occasion they're going to use it for? All of these kind of segments go into identifying how someone is going to use a product. So here's an example of cars. And you have rural, which is going to be a geographic thing, with city. And then you have high-end cars and economy. So this is looking at the demographics of a group. What is their salary? Not only how much can they spend, but how much do they value spending money on a car? Something that is more for someone in a rural market and a little bit more economy based would be something like a Jeep. But you can up the price just a little by tricking it out and getting a high-end Jeep. If you want to go to a Mercedes, it's definitely a lot more high-end. You don't usually see these kind of Mercedes Jeeps way off trail, which is why I put it a little bit more here. Subaru, a little bit more economy and definitely more of the rural area. Other high-end cars, I have the Tesla. Notice their marketing, they put themselves on the road. I noticed when I was looking for a Tesla picture, all Tesla pictures are on the wide road because they want to demonstrate that Teslas can go for miles. Remember when they first came out, people were saying they don't really have a long enough, they can't get a charge long enough to go places. All of their marketing shows Teslas on a road or in a rural or in an isolated area. Anyway, interesting side note. Here's a BMW. It's all-wheel drive. So a little more rural, a little more high-end. City cars. If you live in a city, you're never going to take it high-end. You might drive a little Mini. Or when we were in Paris, I saw these everywhere. They are a cheap car, but you can only use them in the city. This is how you segment a market in order to fit the needs. You could also do this around the psychology. Some people want the name brand of a BMW or a Mercedes. Some people buy based on their values, and they might be willing to spend a little bit more in order to find a car that is all electric. This one is also very high mileage. Then again, that's values purchasing. All right, so once you've identified a segment of the market, how do you meet it? This comes down to the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, promotion. Say that 5 times because this is going to drive the rest of the market, the rest of the semester. Product, what are you selling? Place, where are you selling it? Price, how much are you selling it for? And promotion, how do customers know about your product? So let's start with product. Product is what is the need that you are fulfilling. So obviously it's the goods and services an organization sells. But here's the deal. These are purchased because we meet a customer's needs. So someone doesn't buy a hamburger because they want the hamburger. They buy it because they are hungry. So you're not selling a hamburger, you're selling nourishment. Someone doesn't go out and buy an electric drill just because they want to own one. They buy it because they need a hole. So you're not selling drills, you're selling holes. Coffee, you're selling a morning pick-me-up or an afternoon treat, depending on the need, and you would want to market it differently. You'll notice Starbucks has the Americano, you can get just an espresso, but they also have frappuccinos and a lot of things that are designed more for that afternoon treat. Same basic product of coffee, but where you want it in the day determines your need. All right, you don't sell a phone, you're selling a way to communicate with your friends and family. This tricked out Jeep right here, you're not selling a Jeep, you're selling an image and you're selling an adventure. So the market that buys this Jeep is different than the one that buys a Mercedes Jeep, which is different than buys the standard Jeep. It's 3 different segments of the market, and the product that you sell is determined by the need that you are filling. Price. The price point is what are people willing to pay for this benefit. So what is the demand? Right now, toilet paper is going for a whole lot more because there's more demand. Masks. Masks right now are going for a whole lot more because the demand is up. So when the demand is up, you can charge more. What are the costs involved? If you find a product that's very cheap and you try to sell it for very high, that works for just a little bit. But then it won't take very long before another guy comes in and seriously undercut your price and you go out of business. The reason that I put this Tesla here for this slide is because Tesla is an example of the costs involved. They have been working hard to get the costs down because for a long time they were the only one in the market that could go this fast, this long, and with all electric. So they could charge $100,000 for their cars. Now they're coming down to more in the 30s. They've really been working to get their costs down so they can bring down the cost to the price, because there's only a small amount of people that are willing to pay the $70,000 to $100,000 for a car. All right, what is the consumer's ability to pay? Kind of what I just talked about. And how much are your competitors charging? It's not an accident that the Tesla started coming out with new products as GM Volt and some others came on the market that started to offer some more options for people. All right, next, the place. I put the Tesla again here because how do people get or consume your product? Tesla reinvented the place of cars. It used to be that you go to a car dealership to buy it, which comes into wholesalers or partnerships with other companies. They eliminated that middleman. You go directly to Tesla if you want a Tesla. But the other thing you need to know about place is the place you offer your product or service has got to fit the image. So a high-end restaurant is typically in a nice part of town, and the atmosphere adds to the experience. You can charge more for a T-shirt when you're in Disneyland than you can buy for the same Mickey Mouse shirt if you're in Colorado Strip Mall. You pay more, or you pay a premium to be able to say, I bought this shirt when I was in Disneyland. So the place makes a big difference on the products you offer and also the price you can charge. All right, promotion. Promotion is basically you want to increase awareness of your product. So I put the Mercedes here. A lot of people don't think of a Mercedes as a Jeep. So this ad was done to let people know Mercedes makes Jeeps. They want to inform customers of the features or the benefits. So this Jeep is showed off-roading because they want to show the benefit of buying this Jeep is that you can go on this kind of a road. They also want to encourage customers to purchase these through the use of incentives. If you have a price-sensitive product, then you're going to offer more incentives than if you don't, which is why you don't see Mercedes on sale, but you do see Fords. You also want to create loyalty from existing customers and develop credibility for new customers. Again, That's why I chose this picture. The Mercedes is right up there up front. You see it right there. On the Jeep, on the Tesla, it's a little more hidden. Right here, we all know what the Jeep looks like. They don't need to put their logo as much as the Mercedes did, because Mercedes is saying, think about us in a new way. They're creating awareness about this new type of Mercedes. You've already seen this product price place promotion assignments because you're in there now. As a reminder, you need to take there's a little sheet for you to read, kind of goes over some of the same material, but in a different way. Then there's a quiz. The quiz is going to cover basically what is a marketing mix, product price place promotion, what is segmentation, and how do companies use those in order to sell more products. So I just want to make sure you understood what was in the video and what's in that sheet. And then you're going to find a product of your own that you want to talk about. So I did cars. You're going to do the same type of a video. You could do it as an advertisement. You can do it as a discussion, whatever you want. You can do a grid like I did and do it that way. But I want you to find something, a product that as a market that has items in different segments, and then discuss how they have segmented and how they use product price place promotion in order to meet the different needs of their different target customers. So shampoo is a good one. Clothing is a good one. A lot of foods. Have you noticed how many different kinds of orange juice there are? There's because there's a segment of the market that likes pulp, and there's a segment that doesn't like pulp. There's a segment that wants mango mixed with their orange juice, and there's a segment that wants organic. So you're going to be identifying some kind of a product and talking about it in a video. And that's for this week. Next week, we're going to do KFC advertising. You're going to be we'll be talking about Apple and how they have created innovative products, and their advertising matches up that consistently matches that innovation. And then you're going to look at KFC, how their ads have changed in order to meet different segments of the market and in order to respond to the changing marketplace in general. Then you're going to do a promotion of your own, create a video of a product that you want to advertise. And then the last thing we're going to do is a case study for New Coke. Probably the biggest marketing disaster of all time. You're going to be looking into New Coke, what went wrong, and then you're going to be making a recommendation about what you would have done differently. That one you can do with a friend, but it is going to be 2 or 3 pages. The big thing you need to know about all of these, I need everything by May 22nd, right here, May 22nd. This is a CMC deadline. I have to have my grades in. So I need everything by May 22nd. I know a lot of you guys are working, and some people have reached out to me that are having trouble with some of the online stuff. I am okay. Like if you don't get this week's stuff done until next week, I can be flexible in that way. However, May 22nd, I have to have everything. So make sure that you plan accordingly. As always, call or email me if you have any questions. Bye.